Yeah, what's up? What's happening? I'm back at it again. This is like my fourth video in the same day. I just been trying to put in some work because I don't know when I'll have the time to do it as things get busy and I get involved in taking action in different instances of my life like everyone else. Some other things might take the forefront. So I want to make sure that I get some ammo loaded, ready to blast off into the ether, you know what I mean? So yeah, peace. I hope everything is good with you. I hope the energy is good in your circle, all those good things. You know what I mean? I'm just here to spread some positivity, some light, some energy, and some awareness or some enlightenment or just information or whatever, or just to make contact with you, beaming down like I was from the Enterprise. I'm beaming down to your world real quick just to say what up, what's happening. Come along with me. Check out this content. Give it a like if you enjoy it. Subscribe. Come along. Check out my music. I'm a music artist and an artist, but I'm a music artist as well. I have a bunch of music on this page, or this channel or page or wherever you're checking this out at. And other things that's going on. So please come along, check out all that and all my vlog video topic videos, and let's get into this. So first and foremost, this one is about the power of imagination and visualization, or actually it's about the mind of the champion, but it encompasses the mind of the champion encompasses all these things. So in the mind of the champion, and we all want to win. Every cell in your body wants to win, and you want to win, be the best you can at your top optimal peak, live your best life, walk your best stride, all those things. So in order to do that, starts from the inside as everything else, with the attitude and approach. And it's always about perspective and angle, things like that. Physics, you know what I mean, even states those things as well. It's funny how everything seems to be intertwined and interwrapped in our life. It's really a trip. There really is no separation. There's everything just kind of leads into the other and comes right back around. I just saw somebody else break something down like that in depth, and it was like, wow, that was very accurate, and they were very knowledgeable about it. It was very cool to see how the different cycles of things, from mathematics to creativity to communication, all these things would just go around in these cycles. And but the mind of the champion. So let's get into this. The mind of the champion, as I learned in a younger time, when I was doing, like, I used to be a skateboarder for a while. I did martial arts, you know what I'm saying? I still love martial arts. And those things take a great amount of patience and discipline. And in order to succeed, some things are taught to you, well, especially in the discipline of martial arts, is about visualization and trying to create the image of yourself in a scenario in order to accomplish that. And in order to be able to do that, you need to hone the ability of your imagination. And if you've been with me from the very, very beginning, which I'll probably have to share or redo some of these topics in the near future, but one of the things that came up was your imagination. Imagination, but not like on South Park, but you know what I mean. Imagination is one of your superpowers. It's a superpower. It's an extraordinary ability, that you don't see very pronounced in other life forms that exist here. This is why I say amongst us, it's definitely a superpower, an extraordinary ability that's uncanny for us to be able to visualize from internalized thought or necessity or whatever it is, from desire or whatever it is, you know what I'm saying, that we can now play a scenario out in our minds that visualizes things to put the task or situation in a realistic or graspable perspective, right? So essentially, yeah, you have to be patient enough, but try to work on it. Things that will build your imagination is creativity. And so if your weak point is creativity, then do some arts and crafts, get a coloring book, doodle, scribble, doesn't matter. But the thing is to stay with it, because the more that you do it, the more this becomes a second nature to visualize things. And actually, you start to visualize yourself drawing it out, and then that creates a picture, or it'll just eventually just become a picture that you see, then draw, right? Or something from the outside influence, right? That you can recreate and draw in your own, but you'll recreate it in your mind in order to transfer it. So those type of things help build your imagination. And the way that you can, so different mediums too, not just drawing, painting, sculpting, like I said, crafts, anything, but it gives you, oh, building stuff, right? But it gives you different areas to allow your mind to make, to run plays, run different simulations, right? Your own simulations on how it could play out, right? So, in order for you to achieve something, you first must imagine yourself in that position. And so, even saying so doesn't mean that just because you watch something, then think about it, that you could do it right away. The real champion would envision themselves in the beginner's shoes first. Like, can you even see yourself even there in that class, in that wherever you got to go to get these skills going? Like, can you even see yourself there first? So the visualization realistically is the work that it takes, how much time that it takes. That's the things that a person also needs to imagine, rather than just imagine accomplishing this feat at a professional level or expert level right off the bat, but also imagine all the work that goes into being a champion, because the champion deserves to be the champ, because they they are pushing their limits to see how far they can take it. But what they've done is they've worked their butt off, right? They've worked their ass off. They've put in the hours, they've trained, they've studied, and they've done this multiple times over and over. They've been no slacking, no quitting, no joking, no sleeping, to the point where they feel they're prepared against any test. And that is where they go to test what they've learned and see how far they can push it, right? So getting to the point of actually being the best at it at that moment in time, because of whoever else is at that level or whatever else is at that level, is a big accomplishment, because they're only simply trying to see how prepared they can become and see how well they've learned these things to push the limits. So in order to be the champ, you're pushing your limits, and pushing your limits takes a lot of hard work. So in order to be as efficient and as strong, you're going to have to put the time in. So your visualization and your imagination power, right? You need to visualize the hard work. What will this actually be like, feel like, the duration? Oh, some days I'll probably hate it or hate myself. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So you can stay on point and realize, no matter how fantastic we can be, we're still just trying our best, and that we are human. We are it takes time. You know what I mean? So if we were a machine, and all those specifications could just be loaded up into us, and we would then repeat that movement, we would imitate and replicate the movement. And I'm one of those people who have that gift of being able to watch something and then pick it up pretty quick, but then still I would understand the concept, but then would come the time to put in order to become someone who's effective or efficient with that particular technique of whatever it is that I'm learning. You know what I mean? So while you'll have advantages, probably because the creative part of your brain will start to become more developed, the right hemisphere of your brain, that you can kind of connect dots between things, but still doesn't take away the amount of perseverance and dedication and time that you need to put into something in order to do it well. you know but that's the champion. The mind of the champion is that when they are finally ready and prepared and have gone through all that stuff, that when they step in, the only picture that they see is adapting in order to overcome the challenges, to be the best and overcome that challenge. You know what I mean? The obstacle, whether it's an opponent, whatever it is, right? But that's going to be it, is that the inside, there's nothing else. There's no losing. There's almost losing, but you figure it out, right? There's almost quitting, but you don't. There's always figuring it out, but there's not just losing. And it won't focus on what's wrong, rather than the way to adapt and see the light at the end of the tunnel to become victorious over whatever obstacle or challenge that is. And so that is the mind of the champion. They are one prepared, which reinforces their feeling of blocking out all negative energy so they can adapt and move forward and be the most efficient and powerful they could be. There you go. So that's your superpower. One of your superpowers, imagination, and the ability that it has, and how you can use it in your life to enhance, your life, and things that you want to see come to fruition. And so I hope you enjoyed that. Please drop me a like, share, please share. Drop me some comments, you know what I'm saying? Add to the flavor, add to the feeling. Let's get it all electrified in the air, and keep that energy, on the up and up and everything. I just want to, like I always say, little black birdie on your shoulder, you know what I'm saying? Come to chirp up the news with you real quick. And man, hope you enjoyed it. Check out everything. Mad love. Man, yeah, that's it. All right, peace.